If there is another explosion, we're gonna die.
Without so much as a warning, life hangs in the balance. Human endeavor turns to chaos. And within seconds, nothing will ever be the same. Ever.
It's lights, camera, destruction, as we bring you some of the most jaw-dropping mayhem ever caught on tape. An explosion at an oil storage depot is so massive, it registers 2.4 on the Richter scale. In Canada, a bull named Lights Out ends a rodeo rider's career in one of the most violent rides in the history of the sport. Don't blink, because you might miss the moment when things get destroyed in seconds.
A typical day at the Wichita, Kansas City Hall. People come and go throughout the ground floor, tending to official business. As night falls, surveillance cameras capture security guards walking their beats and public officials making their way home. Then, at 12:37 a.m., a man rams his town car through the building's east side doors. He drives the 2-ton automobile across the lobby at 45 miles per hour. As stunned officers take chase on foot, the driver roars past a bank of elevators. Then, seconds later, he plows through the X-ray machines. He continues out the west side of the building and crashes into the wall of a parking structure, 200 yards from where he entered the building. The driver claims that he's hearing voices in his head. But officials suspect that he was angry after police asked him to turn down the music in his car. To prevent this from happening again, the city of Wichita installs concrete barriers around the perimeter of City Hall. Damages are in excess of $200,000. Fortunately, no one was injured during the driver's rampage. It begins with flashes of light caught on surveillance cameras, and quickly turns into the United Kingdom's largest fire since World War II. December 2005, 25 miles northwest of London. A tranquil Sunday morning is interrupted by a series of massive explosions.
A large explosion, a lot of flames, almost 200 or 300 feet into the dawn sky.
The 50-acre Bunsfield oil storage depot erupts in flames around 6 a.m.
Witnesses are reporting hearing a loud roar overhead just before the explosion.
Seconds after the first blast, surveillance video shows workers gathering in a garage near the source of the flames. The initial explosion is heard more than 200 miles away and registers a 2.4 on the Richter scale.
Look at the sky, man.
Although roads are jammed as residents flee the blaze, some actually try to get closer to the unfolding drama.
It's massive, and we're gonna go and have a little look.
Andrew Dicker and his friend are determined to videotape the inferno. They drive as close as they can, then continue on foot.
Now, some of those flames are at least reaching 200 feet high. As you can see, we're right next to it. We're the closest anyone is at the moment. We're not allowed to be here. This is a massive fire.
Finally, after 4.5 minutes, even Andrew has had enough.
We've got to make a move now because they're expecting another explosion. If there is another explosion, we're gonna die.
The fire rages for more than 4 days as flames engulf 20 massive oil tanks. More than 300 homes are damaged. 43 people are injured, 2 seriously. Total destruction, over $1 billion. The catastrophe is triggered when a broken safety gauge caused stored fuel to overflow its tank. The vapors ignite when they come in contact with a generator. Despite being one of the largest fires in England's history, no one is killed. Freestyle motocross, or FMX, is one of the fastest growing high adrenaline sports on 2 wheels. Unlike classic motocross, FMX places less emphasis on speed and more on the abilities of daredevil riders to perform death-defying tricks. The most elusive trick for many is the backflip. To pull off the stunt, you need a popper ramp, which enables riders to pop the bike high into the air. When learning the stunt, today's riders use foam pits to cushion hard landings. In 2003, second-year pro freestyle rider Nate Adams is attempting a backflip for the first time. Because foam pits aren't yet widely used, Nate doesn't have one to practice with.
All right, boys and girls, this could be it.
But he'll wish he had. In the world of freestyle motocross, Nate Adams is known as the Destroyer. Due to his ability to blow crowds away with his high-flying and difficult stunts, he's considered one of the best riders in the sport. In 2003, Nate is 19 and in his second year of competing in freestyle motocross. Known for his unrelenting work ethic, he's determined to pull off the backflip, which is new at the time. Nate uses a popper ramp set up in the backyard of fellow rider and friend Mike Metzger. Mike is one of the few riders in the world who actually completed the stunt in competition. Now, it's Nate's turn to try it for himself.
Yeah, Nate!
After 16 run-throughs,
He's real likely to do it this time.
oh, man, his friends are getting restless. Finally, Nate goes for it.
All right, boys and girls. He's okay.
Nate hits the ramp perfectly, but doesn't lay on the throttle hard enough to generate the inertia required to complete a full rotation. He's so committed to the stunt, he doesn't let go of the handlebars. He slams to the ground, and his 228-pound motorcycle slams into him.
He's okay.
His friends rush to his aid. No one is sure of his injuries.
You're gonna be all right, bud.
Yeah, Nate, dog!
Nate suffers a concussion, a broken collarbone, and a dislocated shoulder.
That was a hard slam, brother.
He recovers quickly and is back competing just a few weeks later. Since 2003, he's gone on to amass one of the most impressive resumes in freestyle motocross, becoming the first person to beat the world-renowned Travis Pastrana in a professional competition. Today, the backflip is Nate's signature move. He can complete more variations of the trick than nearly any other rider competing. He's also the first rider to pull off the backflip and land completely hands-free in competition. San Antonio, Texas. Statistics show that riding the bus here is as safe as any comparably sized city. But with 90 bus lines traveling 2.5 million miles each year, the fact of the matter is, accidents do happen. In June 2008, San Antonio installs surveillance cameras on their more than 400 city buses. Out of the accidents captured on tape, Some appear to show reckless behavior on the part of the operators. Here, a driver is texting on his cell phone while behind the wheel of a moving bus. The impact forces the SUV into the van in front of him. 2 handicapped passengers are on board the bus. Neither is injured. The driver of the SUV sustains injuries to his neck and back. As for the bus driver, he's fired over the incident. As this driver pulls away from the curb, he hits a van, pushing it across 2 oncoming lanes of traffic toward a pedestrian, and keeps on going. At the next bus stop, the motorist confronts the operator. The bus driver has a unique way of responding. The van's driver later files a complaint with the city. In another instance, 2 San Antonio buses on the same route stop at the same locations. It's business as usual until... the bus driver rams the second bus at 25 miles per hour. Inside the bus, a handful of passengers are violently thrown about. The bus that's hit is significantly more crowded. A total of 23 people on both buses are hurt. None of the injuries are life-threatening. Despite what's captured on the video, studies show that riding a bus is 38 times safer than taking a car. Some liken top-fuel dragsters to rockets on wheels. They can go from 0 to 300 miles per hour in less than 5 seconds. To achieve such fast takeoffs, drivers first perform what's called a burnout. The friction creates heat, which softens the tires so they better grip the track. Racer Darren Morgan pulls up to the line and prepares to take on a competitor, unaware that he's not going to make it more than 200 feet down the track. Qualifying rounds at the Western Sydney International Dragway. On the right, Top Fuel pro Darren Morgan. His 30-foot carbon fiber dragster houses an 8,000 horsepower engine. It can travel the quarter-mile track in just seconds. Both drivers wait for the green light. All 5 bolts on Morgan's right rear tire suddenly shear off. The wheel goes flying. Morgan's dragster rolls on its side and skids across the track. Bystanders run for safety as the car slams against the wall. The chassis crumbles and its parachute deploys. Morgan skids down the track before finally coming to a stop. The emergency crew is quickly on the scene. They spray the wreckage to prevent a fire. Morgan walks away with just an injured finger. He's back racing 3 weeks later. According to Morgan, how all 5 wheel bolts failed at once is a complete mystery. As for his dragster, it takes more than 600 man-hours and $200,000 to repair. It's been called the most dangerous 8 seconds in sports. That's how long a rider has to stay on the bull in professional rodeo riding. And the rider is only allowed to hold on with one hand, while the raging animal bucks, rears, and spins. At the National Rodeo Finals in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, Greg Whitlow is about to ride a 1,400-pound black bull. 2 years earlier, Greg lost an eye during a ride when he was gored by another bull. But that hasn't stopped the 27-year-old. Greg is able to hang on at first, but then the bull called Lights Out lives up to his name. After a clean start out of the chute, Lights Out spins to the left. Then, 5.5 seconds into the ride, Greg takes a direct hit to the head. Knocked unconscious, he takes a second hit to the head. Greg's limp body finally drops to the ground, but Lights Out isn't done. Fellow cowboys and arena workers finally lure the bull away.
Greg Whitlow gets knocked in the head.
Meanwhile, Greg lies motionless on the dirt. He stabilized, then rushed out of the arena with severe head injuries. He spends 6 weeks in the hospital. Greg's wild ride becomes the last of his career. While in recovery, he decides it's time to retire. 10 a.m. in Bilbao, Spain. A regional terrorist group has called in a bomb threat. Police arrive and evacuate several blocks in this usually bustling city. The caller states that a bomb is stashed in this van and will detonate in front of a local TV station in 1 hour. In the neighboring residential area, locals are instructed to stay inside. The bomb squad arrives. News crews in various parts of the city train their lenses on the 6-story TV station building. Then, as people run for their lives, a regional terrorist group calls in a bomb threat to a TV station. They state that the device will detonate in 1 hour. A van parked just outside the station is said to be filled with explosives. As people flee the building, the bomb squad arrives and cordons off the area. Just as time runs out, the blast blows out scores of windows on the building's facade and sends a plume of smoke high above the city. Firefighters move in to douse the flames. The van, seen here pulling up to the building rigged with over 220 pounds of explosives, is reduced to a burnt shell. The building suffers no structural damage. The TV station is back up and running within hours, even with shards of glass blanketing the floor. No one is killed in the attack, and there's only one injury, a station employee who suffers ear damage from the explosion. It's 40 laps of Formula One boat racing in Winter Haven, Florida. As these F1s fly across Cypress Gardens Lake at top speeds, only about 2 inches of the hull are actually touching the water. Today is the last heat before the finals, and Mike Siebold is on pace to win the championship. As Mike hits over 100 miles an hour, he opens it up on the straightaway. Then, in a split second, everything changes. Since the lightweight body rides largely on a cushion of air, it doesn't take much to send a boat tumbling. In this case, it's a sudden gust of wind. Another angle reveals a competitor's boat colliding with Mike's debris and not stopping. The race is stopped as rescuers rush to the scene. To everyone's surprise, Mike is not injured. Despite the damage to his boat, he's able to make repairs and race it again the next day.
I'm Ron Pitts, and we'll see you next time on Destroyed in Seconds.